Our research question is, would a student benefit more from attending a public or a private university? And this is by Jackson Abbey, Emily Clemente, Ryan Wathaka, and Alyssa Wyan. When planning for decisions in careers in academic studies, students must be able to determine which attributes of a college appeal to them most, in agreement with their goals for their academic and college career.
When proposed with the task, a student has the option to choose between a public university or a private university. Our research question was investigated through several lenses, such as economic, social, cultural, and futuristic. Some of the major differences among public and private universities lie in terms of student body, environments, and funding. According to USA Today's article, Should You Choose a Public or Private University?, public colleges tend to have larger class sizes, a wider range of majors, a busier environment, more geographic homogeneity, and lower tuition, while private colleges tend to have smaller class sizes, a specific academic focus, more one-on-one attention and more one-on-one environment, more geographic diversity, and a higher tuition.
When considering majors, public colleges tend to support a larger difference in majors offered. Also, they have a wider variety of majors ranging from traditional liberal arts to highly specialized technical fields. On the other hand, private colleges offer a smaller range of majors but often have a particular academic focus. According to Peterson's, a company dedicated to helping students prepare for college.
We compare the difference between a private and a public school. Now, the very first thing that you're going to want to keep in mind when comparing these is where the funding is coming from for these two different kinds of institutions. And the reason that this is important is because it's going to have a direct impact on your out-of-pocket expense. So, first of all, at a public schools receive state funding. So what this means for you is that you'll have less out-of-pocket expense, meaning less tuition to pay. At a private school, they do not receive state funding. They pretty much rely on donors, which are typically alumni, and your tuition. So this might mean that you have a higher out-of-pocket expense to pay, but if you're really interested in a private school, before you write it off, go to the school's website or give them a call and see what kind of scholarships or grant packages they have to offer, because typically they're fairly good at providing those to students who are interested. Next, we have class size and degree options. So public schools are typically larger, so they're going to have larger class sizes. Now what this means is you're not going to have a one-on-one relationship with a professor more often than not, and typically you're not going to be able to know the first name of each of your fellow students in your class. But on the flip side, this means that you'll have more degree options, so you'll really be able to find that degree that you're after and pursue it. Private schools, on the other hand, they typically have smaller class sizes, so if you do want that one-on-one relationship with professors, then private schools are a great option. However, they typically do have less degree options for students to choose from. Now, third, we have the social aspect. And the reason that this is so important is because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, you're studying abroad, and it should focus just as much on the social aspect as the academic aspect. So, looking at public schools, it's going to be a larger campus, as we discussed, so it might feel more like a town. If you do not want this kind of environment, then you might not want to attend a public school. However, they typically have more activities that they offer. So they'll have intramural sports, they'll have all kinds of hobbies and clubs that you can pursue. So if you have a more obscure activity that you're interested in, perhaps like fencing or bowling, then a public school might be a good option for you. However, a private school, typically they're going to have less activities available to students, but they do offer a more tight-knit feel. So if you want to be able to walk around campus and recognize everyone, or maybe even know most of the individuals by first name, then a private school is going to be a good option for you. Last, we have religious affiliation. Now, if you want to attend a school that has a religious affiliation, then a private school is going to be a good option for you. Just keep in mind that just because it does have a religious affiliation, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be embedded in the culture. So what that means is you might not actively see people practicing that religion. However, the school might sometimes require students to take a few religion classes. So those are a few different options that you will want to keep in mind when considering private versus public school.
In regards of cultural diversity, public colleges tend to have little geographic diversity. This is because of cheaper in-state tuition. Cultural diversity, on the other hand, depends on what state the school is in. Schools in diverse states like California have higher diversity, while predominantly white states like Vermont have little cultural diversity. Private colleges, on the other hand, have more geographic diversity. This is because they don't offer cheaper in-state tuition, and they don't prioritize students from one area over another. Cultural diversity is also very present in private colleges because they accept students from all over the world. While private colleges do tend to have more cultural diversity, this isn't always the case. Two of the top 4 universities with the highest rate of cultural diversity, them being Andrews University and St. John's University, they're both private. While the other 2 universities with the highest rate of cultural diversity, which are Rutgers and the University of Houston, those 2 are public, this shows that while private colleges do tend to have more geographic diversity, some public colleges can have just as much as them.
To social environment, public colleges tend to have an undergraduate population of over 20,000 and frequently have classes with up to 200 students. They are also better for students who are more independent and enjoy high energy environments, according to Jerry Salvonia, the CEO of Campus Explorer, which is a website that helps students search and prepare for college. On the other hand, private colleges tend to have an undergraduate population of around 2,000 due to the lower acceptance rate. They also offer a small environment with more personal attention from the faculty and the school. Lastly, they tend to have a more focused environment. For example, private women's colleges can help women prioritize and take on traditionally male-dominated areas.
Private universities are funded primarily by the state government, which gives them less of a budget to offer scholarships to students. However, private universities are funded privately along with donations from friends and sponsors. According to a web article on U.S. News and Education, private universities are offering merit-based scholarships to students who don't normally qualify for financial aid. That will make it easier for middle-class families and students to help pay for college and apply to a more prestigious school without the full price of tuition.
In regards to future implications, public and private universities also tend to have many differences. While public universities tend to have better short-term economic returns with lower levels of student debt, private universities tend to have better economic returns in the long run by offering higher salaries and better job prospects. During the college career, private universities offer more resources, more one-on-one attention, and more prestige, which can help with jobs in the future. While public universities have a busier social scene and less selective admission, which can help students when applying to college. It is also known from a Pew Research study that students who graduate from private universities tend to have higher levels of life satisfaction. However, this cannot be entirely credible as the idea of life satisfaction varies from person to person.
After gathering all of our research and evaluating each lens, we came to a conclusion. Students who seek larger class sizes, busier environments, demographic diversity, wider range of majors, and short-term economic benefits should consider attending a public university.
Whereas students who seek smaller class sizes, geographic diversity, specific academic focus, and long-term economic benefits should consider attending a private university. This concludes our project. Thank you for watching our presentation.